friends, my name is Shayla and today I am here to film a quick recommendations video for you. So a little while back, after I hadn't been collecting manga very long, I made a short series to try out video. So these are shorter manga series where you don't have the big, long, lots of volumes, time, and financial commitment. So I am here to follow up that series with a part 2. So I think this is something that I will continue to periodically do on my channel. Again, the first round of this will be linked down below for you, so definitely go and give that video a watch if you want to find other ones outside of this video. So again, I have 6 different series for you that fall into the 6 volumes or less category. So these are all ones that are not huge financial commitments, not huge time commitments, and if you really wanted, you could binge the entire series in a day or a weekend, depending on how quickly you read manga. So let's go ahead and start with one that is actually pretty popular here on BookTube, and that is Astro Lost in Space. This is contained within this 5-volume series. This is essentially like a Star Trek style story where we have this group of kids who are sent to this planet on a field trip to kind of learn to survive on their own, in a sense. Usually it's kind of a resort town. The kids just kind of go, have fun. They're financially and physically responsible for themselves for the period of a week, and then they come back to their home planet. So what happens is as they arrive on this planet, there's this orb that transports them into deep space. And so they are now on a journey to arrive home. So this is really fun, like I say, all contained within these 5 volumes. This isn't anything that's necessarily going to be brand new or earth-shattering, especially if you're a Star Trek fan, but it's a really fun, wild ride. Yes, there are some things for convenience, as this is a shonen-style series, meaning it's geared towards a teenage audience rather than an adult audience, but nonetheless, it is fun. I saw most of the twists coming, but not all, so I really enjoyed this. My husband read the entire series as well. He did not enjoy it quite as much as I did, but I did enjoy this and I do recommend it. Next, we have one of my all-time favorite series, and that is Wake Up Sleeping Beauty, contained within these 6 volumes. This is about 2 teenagers who kind of have a Sleeping Beauty-esque kind of story. So we have our teenage boy here, Tetsu. Wanted to make sure I said the right name. Tetsu has this aspiration to just work rather than go to school or be a soccer star, because he was really involved in soccer. I'm not going to tell you why, because that's a spoiler. Who takes a job cleaning this expensive mansion. Sorry, this is kind of awkward to hold. But what happens throughout is he's told to avoid this particular annex of the house. But what's happening is he has to take out the trash or something and ends up walking by, and he notices this beautiful girl watching him from a window. And that's kind of where our story starts. I do have a full review of this on my channel, so I will leave that linked for you. But this is definitely one of my favorites. I mean, I bought the series in its entirety for my friend April because I knew she needed it in her life. And yeah, so that's just something that I strongly recommend you guys check this one out. It's great. Next, we have a really short, fun shoujo series, and that is That Wolf Boy Is Mine by Yoko Nogiri. This is a 4-volume series where we're dealing with boys who are also ayakishi, which means they have like a demon spirit, so they can transform into animals, and about their relationship with this particular teenage girl who's kind of new to school. So that's all I'm going to tell you because it's so short. It is fun. I do wish it was even just 1 volume longer and that they would have fleshed out a couple things and ended a little cleaner, but I did thoroughly enjoy the series as a whole. So I would say this is a solid 4 out of 5-star series. And again, I really liked it. It's really fun and it has very pretty art. The boys are very pretty, so definitely check it out. The next one here is a series contained completely in one omnibus, and that is Wish by Clamp. This is a really fun series where we have a gender fluid angel named Kohaku who has come down to Earth and ends up trapped in a tree. And what happens is Shunichiro, a human man, ends up finding Kohaku in the tree and rescues him. Kohaku says, "Let me grant you a wish as a thanks." And Shunichiro says, "No thanks, I'm good." And so Kohaku feels stuck on Earth till he can grant Shinichiro's wish. There's a lot of other things going on, and it's a lot more involved than that, but that is the very basic synopsis of what is going on here. The art is lovely. It's definitely that beautiful clamp art style, and this is a solid, really well put together omnibus. Like, it's heavy. It's a heavy sucker. And the pages are nice and thick. When I was reading it in the middle, it fell open pretty easily, but it didn't like crack my spine. Like, my spine is still in perfect condition. It is very well made, but that's a side note. The story in and of itself is great, and like I said, the entire series is contained within this one omnibus, so it is great for the collector. Full price, this is $25, which I do think the $25 is worth it. This is a very well made omnibus. If you don't want to pay that, you can always check out Right Stuff or try to find it used. I think Amazon usually sells it for less as well, but it is worth the $25. And you're getting an entire story for $25. For an adult hardback, you'd be paying $27 or more. So definitely keep that in consideration as you look at how much you're spending on something like this. Next, we have another series that I do have a dedicated review to on this channel, and that is Frau Faust by Core Yamazaki. I always forget how to say the last name. But this is essentially a Faust retelling. It's about Johanna Faust, this woman here, who makes a deal with a demon and what's for eternal life, kind of, essentially. But what's happened is they're in the middle of this game where the demon's body parts have all been like separated and like they're all over the world. And Faust is trying to find all the body parts and put them back together. So it's really interesting, a little bit morbid at times. You're definitely dealing with demons and that paranormal side of fantasy, and it was just so fun. Like, it was seriously a wild ride. I love the art style. I love, of course, art style. I always have. This is the same creator as Ancient Magus Bride. I want to say this is even shonen. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look it up. But it's a fantastic 5-volume series. Highly recommend. Review will be down below. And last but not least, we have a short omnibus or a shorter collection of stories, and that is Oh My Sweet Alien. This does have an explicit warning on it because our little alien here, you do see her boobies when she doesn't have her human skin on. So, fair warning before I dig into this. But this was a recommendation from Base Jalarin for me, and I absolutely adored it. This is a really cute story about an alien wife and her human husband and their adventures through the world together. And she does have a human skin to put on, so most people don't know she's an alien when they're out in public and stuff. It's really just cute and fun and sweet, and I really liked it. But yeah, that's why the explicit warning's on there. So if that bothers you in an art style, just steer clear. But all in all, I do think that it's worth it. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I laughed through a good chunk of it. It is just shenanigans and a good time, and I think it's totally worth it. So friends, those are the 6 series that I'm going to recommend this round. I continue to read shorter series, so I will continue to recommend more as I come across them, obviously. But let me know down in the comments below what some of your favorite shorter series are, and definitely check out my previous video because I talked about very different ones in that video than I did in this one. So definitely check that out. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.